Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Torlakson.
Good afternoon. Is this a great day or what? Are you revved up and ready? You certainly are. The positive energy is palpable. You're inspiring. This is an incredible gathering. This is totally amazing. And Mike, thank you for your leadership. This is my 7th time to the CUE conference. I love your theme, powerful learning. You're powerful. What we're doing for our kids is powerful. And CUE, you've been the leader for years, and here you are in strength. You're champions for our kids and for technology in our schools. And Mike, again, appreciate our friendship. We have a very close working relationship with your CUE leadership and your CUE board as we plan how to implement more improvements in technology in California, improve learning in general. It was going a little far, though. I know you do excellent work, but His Excellency? Not an official title. All right. Well, again, I'm so glad to be back. Thank you all for helping me get here back. It was a little bit of a road and a journey to get here. And it's just delightful to see. I was able to audit some of the workshops. I saw just total enthusiasm. And I was asked, well, what do I think of it all? I said, it's awesome. And then I kept hearing other kind of descriptions, good adjectives. It's awesome, fantastic, fabulous, magical, magnificent, phenomenal, and fun. Are you having fun? So I just wanted to share, I appreciate so much what you do day in and day out, your valiant work for our students, integrating the latest technology into our classrooms and into our students' learnings. At the very, very top of my priorities as state superintendent overseeing the education of 6.2 million students in 10,000 schools is to improve and to modernize education technology in all the schools of California and get you the resources and time you need to make that dream happen. Right? We need time, we need resources. Your creativity is unquestioned, your passion's unquestioned, and we need to be able to give you the resources to make the dreams come true. Why do I refer to you as the dream team for California? Because you, as teachers, and you're joined by hundreds of thousands of other teachers and classified employees and administrators, you help students find their inner strengths and talents, whether it's musicians, and music, whether it's coding, whether it's building things, reading, teaching. You help kids set their goals, believe in themselves, give them the self-confidence, move on. So that's why I say you help our students aim high, reach far, and go after big dreams. And I thank you for that. I also want to recognize Robert Craven. He's done a fabulous job over 3 terms, twice as president. Where's Robert? Robert, thank you for your leadership. And my CDE team is here, California Department of Education, Cindy Cazanas, Jasmine Ortega, and Steve Smith. Steve just did a workshop on my digital library. Where are you? Just stand and be recognized. I just want to say thanks to the CDE team who enjoys working so much with all of you. I was asked to do an update on what's happening in Sacramento and how it applies to your dreams here, your work here. And so Robert and Mike asked me to give you first a report on the task force I formed when I first took office the first term, the Education Technology Task Force. They were on it. We created a blueprint, and coincidentally enough, the blueprint for education technology is called Empowering Learning. Powerful learning, empowering learning. Well, anyway, we have minds that think alike because we care about kids and we want to get there for our kids. You know, you're living it, you're leading it. We are in the midst of a dramatic transformation of California's education system, and we've introduced those more rigorous standards. I'm going away from talking about the Common Core, and I talk about rigorous California state standards. There are standards. They're not top down from Washington or somewhere else. They're ours, and the standards include science, and the standards will include the new social studies and history as well. And so we have this need as we move forward for these rigorous standards to keep our investment strong in career and technical education and technology in general to prepare our kids for the 21st century. We know that today's economy is driven by innovation and constantly advancing technology. We want a strong economy, and we know that education is the key to making that happen. And I believe we need to go back to the top of where California was in the past, to the top ranks of the nation. And to get there, we need to be the leading public education system in the nation. And to do that, we need to be the leading public education system using education technology. And that's where you come in, to fulfilling that big goal for our kids in our state of California. And we must do that by investing. I'll just click off a couple of things that I think you should count as good news, and I want to thank you for them. I spearheaded an effort to get $1.25 billion to help implement the new rigorous state standards, and that included professional development and included internet connectivity, bandwidth, and whatever you needed to get the kids connected in your school to the internet. So I'm glad we got that 1.25, but are you ready to do some homework? We need to get another billion or $1.25 billion out of this year's budget. And we'll need your voice, your activism, your letters, your emails, your visits with legislators to make that happen. Susan Bonilla has a bill, AB 631, which would accomplish the goal of setting aside another block grant. We are pleased that the governor put $27 million, the legislature and governor put $27 million in last year for last mile connectivity. We went to, in examining all the needs in the state, 227 sites are now connected. Those schools are connected to the internet. Good news is there's another $100 million in this year's budget, but please advocate for that. Be sure to do your advocacy to let the governor and the legislature know you support that. That $100 million will be not just for last miles, but we now need to get to some places where we have middle miles yet to go. Two other things to mention. One is the LCAP process. Your voice is needed there as well. It's the new local control funding formula and the accountability process. Bring your business partners in, bring parents in, have them visit your classrooms, and be involved in the budget decision-making process, because that's where your voice asking for, requesting more education technology investment in your school district needs to be heard, because there are billions. We're putting another $5 to $7 billion into education this year in the state budget, and much of that money hasn't been programmed yet, so it's our turn to get education technology at the forefront. I was also pleased last December, I formed a committee when I took office 4 years ago to work on E-rate, a national committee of state chief school officers. I'm co-chair of that national committee, and we're very pleased that in December we had the decision by the FCC to increase the funding by $1.5 billion for public schools to expand their broadband and their Wi-Fi connectivity. How's it going out there with the testing, the new assessment, Smarter Balance? Thank you for your work. It's not easy. Oh boy, it's not easy. Did I open up a discussion here? But I tell you, we're doing so much better than other states that are somewhat in chaos about the new state standards. And I can't thank you enough, because remember, a year ago, the U.S. Department of Education said, you must do the old CST STAR test and do a minor, small pilot field test for the new Smarter Balance testing. And you said, no, that doesn't make any sense. I heard you. And I said, let's stand our ground. We defied the federal government's threats for taking away our Title I money. And we said, let's do away with the STAR test, take that money, and instead of just 700,000 students taking the field test and testing out the technology and the questions and the challenges, we got 3.2 million through that. And 3.2 million students, and all of you, I think, had a chance to kick the tires and see where the glitches and gaps were in our technology. And so the real test is running fairly well this year. 100,000 students have already taken the Smarter Balance main test, the CASP, and then about 100,000 more students have taken interim tests. And we know that it's just a smarter system. We'll get more precise data feedback to help direct our instruction. We'll get it in faster, timely fashion. And we aren't going to hold you all accountable this year. You know that, and I heard it from you as well. We don't need a new API this year. I brought to the state board last week a resolution to do away with the API for this year. So there will be none. This is a benchmark year. This is getting used to the system. Do you like that? Just to finish with a couple of last points, I did hire into my department a senior level technology expert, education technology expert, and that person did great work for the year. That was one of the task force recommendations. We have a vacancy. She got hired away by the private sector. So just to let you know, we have a vacancy there. Anybody looking? We've also launched a program called My Digital Chalkboard. I won't say more about that, but it's really working well. We're doing really well on career education. We've got $500 million through my department. We're involving business in our career pathways for kids all around the state, connecting high school, community college, and university to employers and jobs. 1,500 businesses have already offered internships and mentorships to our students. And we see the interface here of science and the economy and technology. Finally, I just want to say we are moving forward with a lot of progress. I believe we're moving in the right direction, and together we're going to get there much farther. We have high hopes. You have high hopes for our students, high expectations for our students. Do you believe in our students? I know you do, and one last piece of homework. We have to have a new version of Prop 30. We cannot let it expire and lose $7 billion a year. We've been making progress in investing in technology and in new learning, but we'll be seeing a step back. And so stay tuned for that, and also in the 2016 ballot, I'll be promoting a school bond, a school facilities issue that has a robust portion for education technology built into the school bond, along with other modernization and other new facilities construction billions. So I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm an optimist. I'm more optimistic than ever before. And I believe that with our high hopes and our high expectations, and combine it with California creativity and determination, your power, passion, and keen skills, we will bring California back to the top of the nation where we once were, where California deserves to be. Can we do it? We're going to do it together. Thank you very much. Thank you.